as I walk around this cemetery away from the Commonwealth grave area, there are still a lot of military graves dotted around. If I turn the camera over my shoulder, not very good with this thing yet, we can see this one here. There's one peeking out over there, another one there, turn around that way, some more there, but there is a whole row over in front of me there. And I think what we'll do is I'll just have a little walk around and show you one or two, because some of them I've never seen graves from the countries what they're at, and some of them are quite a bit strange, so we'll have a look. This one here, I've never seen one of these before. This is the grave of Corporal R.W. Valette. He died in 1961. He was a member of the Army Catering Corps. And then down at the bottom, deep in our hearts a memory is kept. We who loved you will never forget. Now those inscriptions at the bottom all vary on these military graves, and those are paid for extra by the family. That's really why a lot of the older graves, particularly from World War I, don't have much inscriptions on the bottom, because most of the people that were fighting for these governments were poor. They were expected to die for them, and they got nothing from it. Here's another interesting one. This is a Royal Navy grave. Anthony Brown, mechanical engineer, HMS Oracle. HMS Oracle was a submarine, and he died in 1968, aged 19. It was, I believe, HMS Oracle was a Oberon class submarine, diesel powered. It saw action. I can't remember where, but I think it was 66, something like that. One of our smaller wars. Here's another interesting one. Driver, Royal Army Service Corps. And if we look at this, we must remember it's not only the British that fought for the Commonwealth. Here we've got a gentleman, Suleiman Shabani, and it looks like Arabic writing on there as well, and he was from the African Corps. He died on the 15th of May 1945. This one here, Grenadier Guards, Royal Northumberland. Unusually, this one here, German, Johann Schuller, died after the war on the 19th of the 11th 1946. He was a prisoner of war at a camp just up the road from here. He died in a road traffic accident while on the way to the cemetery to do some maintenance. So that's our gentleman there. Got Parker Fusiliers, Clark Auxiliary Territorial Service, RAF Navigator, and we've got a New Zealand one here, a pilot from the Royal New Zealand Air Force, sorry. RAF, flying officers, RAF, another Royal New Zealand Air Force, RAF. There are tons of RAF headstones here. There were a lot of airfields in Yorkshire, mainly related to Bomber Command, Halifax Bombers, Lancasters, and there were a lot of training incidents. Here we've got Royal Artillery one, see the cannon. Royal Engineers, 1941, age 19, RAF. Aircraftman First Class, Royal Air Force, age 28, A. Spence. Now that's an unusual emblem for the regiment. I don't know what that one is. Let's have a look. Home Guard. How old was this gentleman? Age 44, 1942. RAF, Royal Air Force, wireless operator gunner, the Royal New Zealand Air Force. Royal Air Force, here's an unusual headstone, another military one. Jerry Blair, Sergeant, Royal Air Force. I don't know what country that one represents. If you do know, let me know in the comments down below. Royal Air Force, Royal Air Force, Royal Air Force, and here's one that is currently temporary marker headstone removed for renovation, because these don't last forever and they do get taken down and renovated. Now here's two interesting ones. Ustinov, Soviet Forces, 1945, and Kapalelel, Soviet Forces, 1945. There's another one there behind me. Royal Air Force. But there's another couple here I just want to show you as well, and we'll make these the last ones. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. Please feel free to look around the channel, because I do cover all sorts. And we've got these two here. I'll turn the camera around and we can have a look at these headstones as well. There we go. So we've got the brown one on the left and the grey one on the right. So I'll just walk up to them. We'll cover the brown one first. And we can see we've got an RAF emblem on top. Killed on active service in 1943, age 20. The family must have paid for this one. When did he die? And proud loving memory of our David beloved son, Sergeant Geoffrey Fall, Royal Air Force VR, killed on active service June the 8th, 1943, and he's buried with his dad and mum. And when we go over to this one here, Flight Sergeant Pilot Basil F. Snell, he's got a Distinguished Flying Medal, the DFM, killed in an accident, an aircraft accident, on the 28th of May 1943. As I was walking around Stonefall Cemetery in Harrogate, I found this grave. D. Thompson, Auxiliary Territorial Service, 29th of April 1942, age 24, a private. And then I looked down and I saw this. Killed in enemy action, Dorothy, and I thought that was quite unusual. So it turns out that Dorothy here joined the ATS in 1940 and ended up being billeted in York in 1942. Now, York had not suffered any substantial bombing until that day. As it turns out, she was off duty and she was at a place where she was billeted. The two houses that were joined, and she was in one of them, were both bombed, and her body was discovered 7 days later in the basement of that building. Now, not only is it sad that somebody of 24 years of age died, but on the day she died, she was due to get married. There are some other interesting graves in this cemetery, and we'll walk around a couple of them. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you found some of that interesting. Now it's time to head out on the bike, which is going well. There we go. And find out what other interests we can find out for you to look at and for me to learn about. Take care. Bye.